Okay, so welcome to week 3. This week you're going to do some practice with annotating using the 10 different types of annotations that you took notes on last week. So I've got a pretty recent Facebook article or article about Facebook, and so I recommend you print out the article, read it, annotate as you naturally would, and then try to go back and make sure that you're using the 10 different types of annotations. There's a chart that you'll use after that you'll actually be turning in. You won't be turning in the article, but you'll be turning in a chart. And in that chart, you're going to fill in examples of those 10 different annotations from what you annotated on the Facebook article. So if you don't circle any unknown words, you may have to kind of pretend that you circled unknown words and then write those on the chart, because it's possible that you know all the words in there. But that's what you're going to be doing, is then giving an example of those 10 types of annotations, either ones you naturally did, or if you didn't naturally do them, ones that you could do as examples of those annotation types. In addition to that, you're going to be reading chapter 3 in the textbook, which is about inferences, and there's 2 exercises I've assigned for that. Those will also be turned in under assignments, as will the annotating chart. And after that, you're going to use Google Zeitgeist, which I hope you think is a pretty cool site, to practice making some inferences. Um, and then that'll be something that you'll be turning in also. There's a quiz on chapters 2 and 3 in the Developing Critical Reading Skills book. So feel free to use your textbook to do that and do the best you can on the quiz. And again, remember, quizzes are kind of practice, so we'll go back and we'll be looking at what you got wrong on those. Your lab assignment this week is going to be WordSmart. I did give you a lab contract, so you can find that under lab, and it explains some of these assignments, like WordSmart in Jamestown, which are some of the assignments that kind of all of our Reading 142 students do. So there's a pretty good explanation on the lab contract. Also, when you go into lab, you can ask them for instructions, and they'll have instructions for you. For that lab, you'll be printing out a couple of worksheets. You'll be doing 2 sets. You'll be doing E1 in WordSmart and E2. It's a software program that you access through online through a link in the lab. And you'll also be printing out your score results. Remember to turn in lab assignments behind the counter in lab, and that there's also a folder behind that counter that has your assignments to be returned, your graded assignments for lab to be returned from you. So if you just go up to the counter and say, I'm a Reading 142 online student and I want to pick up my work, they'll just ask you your last name. They'll get that folder out and give it back to you. Remember, I'm always an email away, so if you have any questions, or if anything doesn't make sense, please send me an email and I'll try to clarify any questions you have. Have a good week, and I'll see you online.